Cips clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal...
Cips clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars night.
Cips clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Cips clips.
Alright, you boob tubes, I even remembered to turn on the microphone. Magic. Sorry for the shit show of the intro. But what can I say? I blame the slaves. I blame the slaves. You can't get good slaves anymore. Just all below par. Too busy wanting days off and shit. Stupid slaves. But anyway, welcome one and all. Thanks for joining. I have actually got a wee plethora of things to go through on tonight's show. It might be a few days old, but I've got some stuff to go through. But I thought I would kick off with the old something close to my heart. Something close to my heart, you know. Close to my heart in the sense that you won't find me out of place at a Rangers supporters club. Do you know what I mean? Fuck, I'm gonna say Union Jack. Look, we've got a Union Jack. I'm not adverse to flying the flag and all that jazz, right? It can get hijacked and misinterpreted, and good meaning people can just completely, in my opinion, in my independent, humble opinion, can go completely off fucking off course with their interpretation of modern day unionism and all that jazz. And who am I? I'm a stupid wee scumbag from Glasgow. So my opinions are 10 a penny. Whereas your talking heads like Jayda Fransen, I'll be honest that the older I get, the more sympathetic I get for people in her position, and I know people might find that fucking kind of weird, a weird position, but like the reality is, if you do, and I have constantly listened to the rhetoric that these people are putting out and all that, man, they believe the fucking shite they're spewing. And who am I? Who are you to say what's right or wrong, or what's fucking good or what's bad, or fucking right? But I mean, what I'm saying in the sense is, she's been grabbed with her ovaries. I'm pretty sure she's been beaten up and fucking spat out with fucking. By, was it Britain First? And that dude. But who knows what went on. But obviously some genuine fucking crazy fucking conflict fucking scenarios, man. You better believe, well, I don't know, you better believe it. You better do fuck all. You better do what you want to do, but you could easily believe it. And I'm kind of fucked up in the sense that I don't side with one or the other. I think everybody is equally welcome to the point of view, and it's all down to the power of debate and all that. I've pointed out a million and one times. It's the facade. It's the. Oh, we're only telling the truth. We're independent. You're like, no, you're not independent, man. Right? You're not. You're not. I don't care how much fucking I may or may not agree with your point of view. Don't bounce around saying, I'm independent, man. I mean, you're not. It's just bullshit. Absolute fucking severe bullcrap. So let's have a wee listen to some Jayda Fransen. And do you know what, by the way? She's not looking too shabby. She's scrubbed up well, man. She's scrubbed up well for this video. I'm saying that half jokingly, but she has scrubbed up well. But I think it is a well warranted to listen to this stuff, to be quite honest. And again, like if there's people out there that are that are incapable of conversing, or even just using like joke sticks, funny sticks, you know, like you can converse with the opposite side without having to declare that you're going to fucking kill the motherfucker. You know, because I'm pretty sure, regardless of whatever fucking political paradigm you want to believe in or subscribe to or whatever, the whole fucking scenario has got to be people with different opinions compromising, discussing, you know, like I love taking the piss, right? And it can be swallowed up completely the wrong way a lot of times, and I understand that. But But I can't detract from my love of taking the piss, because taking the piss is fucking hilarious, man. Anyway, but I don't want to do it to rile people up. And I'd love to think that maybe people that think X and Y might come to the channel and fucking converse in the chitty chat about fucking maybe like some sort of a fucking, I don't know, man, just some sort of a debate, rather than people just want to fucking kill motherfuckers. Whether left, right, up, down. I mean, I'm pretty sure earlier on said that she looks alright. It's when we started talking about politics. That's when I need to kick her out of bed for farting. In fact, 3 farts should be okay. 4th, out. Nah, but I'm talking shit. But but surely, man, it's got to be about people fucking being able to fall. I don't even know if it's a compromise or just the acceptance of people with different opinions. That's the thing that seems to be halted for me. You know, like back in the day, you had like Rangers fans used to go, aye, stinky fucking Celtic fans exist. We get it. They stink. They exist. Put them in the corner. Naughty step. Boom. It's okay. And vice versa. Celtic fans used to know Rangers fans existed. And we smell like pot puree. And when we farted, man, it was like fucking roses. Oh, man, it just smelled like fucking roses. Just like when Rangers fans farted, they were dabbing it on their fucking neck. It smelled so good. Right, so I understand there's 2 different dynamics existing. You know, Celtic fans stink, Rangers fans good. And I understand people will feel that way. There'll even be people that might even disagree with the fact that Celtic fans stink, even though we all know they stink, man. They wear their fucking, they wear their strips way too long, man, and they just pong. But who am I to chastise or castrate the Fenians? I mean, the Celtic fans. Who am I to do that? They do it themselves. Start whipping themselves and all that, you know, because they didn't get fucked off a priest hard enough. Shit, man. I'm sorry, man. I've just, like, people have just intersected me at a time when the Rangers Celtic banter, and the fact that we're better than Celtic is just like manifested very obviously. No, I'm talking shite. Anyway, let's listen to Jayda Fransen.
16 million Saudi women into the country. Purged.tv. Right, let me just make sure that I've got the comments coming through, because I've got a feeling there might be a few this evening. Let me just have a little look and see if all is well.
And
good. Okay, let's say hello. I hate people is in on over on D.
Anybody
no,
want to bounce into this stuff?
Get my
I'm
letters
going
mixed up. D Live. Good evening to you, my dear.
Send the link.
And Marty.
In the chat.
Marty, I read your comment at the top of the chat. I just want to say, don't get lured into a false sense of security that one can say whatever one likes. These people will use legislation against you, so be very careful. I think people can get maybe a bit carried away with look, we know that what we're saying is logical, but these people don't apply logic. They
We
apply the law, and
know.
the law is not logical. It supports this crazy regime of transness. And do you remember the other day we had a video of someone who's transracial? That's a new one. Anyway, that individual just so happens to be from the same lobby of people that we're going to discuss this evening, but we'll get to that shortly. Sid is in. Good evening to you and Jonathan.
Hey, look, I'm not one to persuade anybody's opinion one way or the other when it comes to what I would say is all this tripe that continuously gets regurgitated on the boob tubes and whatnot. And they call themselves the alt media and the alt right and all that shit. No difference for Sky News, GB News, Talk Radio, Talk Sport Radio, or whatever the fuck it's called. I can't even remember quite the exact abbreviation. Right, it's all the same shite getting regurgitated constantly, and like all good propaganda, doesn't matter if it's real, fake, lies, bullshit, projections, just repetition. Repetition. It's like the fucking water torture, and that's what's happening. And I'll be brutally honest, man. I think this poor lassie's just been sucked in. I mean, that's my genuine opinion, right? Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to hook up with her fucking become part of our party, the fan base. I don't know what the fan club. That's what I'm looking for. Fan club. Fuck's sake, spazzed out there. But what I'm saying is, I feel sorry for her because, like all good fucking bullcrap messaging, real, fake, whatever, man. It's just you just need to convince people that the shit is real and get them to fucking believe it and repeat it, and that's what's happening. With her, and what's beautiful, I don't know if you've noticed this. She's actually bouncing out, talking down Tommy Robinson. But backing up fucking the same messaging, the same political stance, the same political entities. I don't know, maybe she's not, maybe she just wants people to vote for her independently. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, let's have
So happy Monday to you, my dear, and good evening to Angela, my sister in Christ. How are you, my dear? Thank you for tuning in. Iwan's in as well. Good evening to you. And Wes, greetings in Christ to you, Wes. Good evening to Margaret and to Troy from Florida, USA. Good evening to you. And DJ Samuel got his Freedom newspapers. Good man. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you're able to get the spare copies out to friends and family. Who else do we have? Wes is in. Good evening to you. And Mike R1. Krista Strid. Good evening. Paul Telford. Good evening, everyone. Says PS, more BS about the far right on Channel 4 tonight at 8:30. Yes, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Although, yeah, let's get to it. I'm going to talk about that at the end. So I'm not overlooking that, but I'm going to save it till the end because there's a point to make here. But we are going to have a look at the so-called nationalist scene as a whole. And there isn't a nationalist scene, let's face it. It's not a huge one anyway. Like, the majority of these people that had been branded nationalists are not, by their own admission. So let's delve into some of that. The Galvanised Yankee says, it's been a while working a lot, but I'm here for now. Good man. Thank you very much for tuning in. We
my
appreciate you making
opinion,
the effort to join us. We know that
she's
everybody's
a
very busy, and we know you've been really
genuine
busy, so thank you for coming in.
idiot.
Jerry says, good evening, Jayda. Hope you're well. Tommy Robinson, your opinion. I'm about to
She's
give
not
it.
openly deceiving.
My dear, Buster's joining.
Just like
I'm about to give it. Don't you worry about that, Jerry.
I don't know how
Yeah,
to
Jonathan
explain
says
it.
you can't get more commie than Channel 4. This is true. This is true. Well, I think you can get a bit more commie, but pretty much they are just the dregs. I mean, it's one of those channels. Who even watches that trash? I have never seen an unbiased documentary come out of any of these.
Right, well, Jayda, Fransen, let's be honest, the people watch Channel 4 and their millions. Agree, disagree, but it's very clear they're coming from a particular political slant, in my opinion. Maybe you share that as well, but just to come out with stupid ass fucking statements like that, it doesn't give you any gravitas. You know, like see to bounce out on a video. Oh fuck, Freedom for Britain, I don't know, man. This isn't your fucking main platform, but whatever. Who knows how much how much views you've actually got with this video. But I dare say that Channel 4 has probably got maybe 4, if not 8 times, if not more than that, views than you have. Right? So it's just, don't throw out fucking retarded statements, man. It doesn't stand you in good stead. Sitting there going like, who's listening to this? Doesn't he stand you in good stead? But as opposed to the shit you're actually saying.
These mainstream channels, you know, BBC. In fact, I remember a guy rapping my door once, demanding that I acquire a TV license. And I said to him, I'll do you a deal. You go back and tell your little bosses at the BBC that if they run a legitimate, unbiased, fair documentary, even a small piece on me, subsequent to all of the hit pieces they've done, I will purchase a TV license. But until that day, which will never come, go away. There will be unicorns flying past my bedroom window before that happens. I don't watch TV either, Jonathan. I don't watch TV anymore. I haven't done for a long time. It's toxic, and there's far better ways.
Don't take the piss out of unicorns. Unicorns is the national animal of Scotland. I take the well-being of unicorns very seriously, as does all Scottish citizens, because that is our national animal. You may think I'm lying, but Scotland's national animal is a unicorn. You can't make that up. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, man, the punchlines and the fucking undercurrents in that statement is well funny. You can't make it up.
For us to spend our time. Angela's the same, she doesn't watch it. Good for you. VK, Danny's in on VK. Good evening to you, my dear, and to Stuart as well. And Kim is over on D Live. Good evening. DJ Simon says, I kept one newspaper, gave away the other 4 to people on the weekend. Good man. Excellent. Good. Okay. All right. Let me just start by saying, anybody who's tuned in,
yep,
hasn't
long
already,
live the unicorn.
There's a join link. Get yourselves involved. There's a join link for the British Freedom Party. I don't know if we've got any mods in tonight. Maybe
long
not.
Live
I don't know. But
unicorns.
anyway, there's a link. If you haven't already join the fastest growing party in the United Kingdom. Hopefully there'll be a lot of people that watch.
See, it's very easy to be the fastest growing party in the United Kingdom if you go from 0 to, I don't know, let's say 10 members overnight. Boom! That's growth. Woo! I love this woman's salesmanship. Put on a pair of pants, hen. Kid on you're a dude. And you might be able to sell us some pens or pads or I don't know.
What I'm about to say today and form an opinion of the state of the right wing. I don't want you to just soak up my opinion and make it your own. I want you to form your own opinion based on what I'm about to show you. Sid on the net says, 5 years, TV free, it's shite. There you go. Sums it up. Margaret says, I haven't rejoined yet. Well, Margaret, I don't know what you're waiting for, my dear. You've said in several shows that you want to rejoin. I've sent you links. I don't know what else you want me to do. I don't know what else you want me to do. The link is there. Hit the link and do it. Make the commitment. Briggs is in. Good evening to you. All right. So, at the weekend, I wasn't even aware of this. I was not aware of any of this. But at the weekend, apparently there was a rally, a Tommy Robinson rally. I didn't even think they were a thing anymore. I thought he had chipped off to Spain. But there we go. Sid, can I blast it over Telegram? Please do, Sid. Get it everywhere. Get it everywhere. Share.
So, I don't know. Like, if you're anything like me and you're trying to decipher, get through all the barrage of bullshit and stuff and figure out what the feck is going on. This is very interesting, you know, because Jayda Fransen, if you don't know her back record, Google it, and now she's going after Tommy, and I don't know, you know, like, all you've got is a best guess. Like, you've got no fucking idea, man. Like, in all realities, nobody's got fucking any idea of what's legitimately what's going down in the town. I buy her bullshit. She seems genuine to me. Genuinely of the opinion that she's of the opinion of.
Share. Anyone who's watching, give it a share. If you want to wait until the end, I know there'll be some people that are a bit dubious. What is this woman about to say? Share it when I'm done. If you like it, share it if you don't. You know, democracy. We don't all have to agree on everything, but I'd be pretty surprised if people have a differing opinion after tonight's show. But anyway, we shall see. Yes, Stuart, Telford. Apparently, I didn't know. But yeah, so apparently at the weekend there was a Tommy Robinson rally in Telford.
Right, so this was the 10th, like, to the best of my Google abilities, ability to actually give a fuck, this was out today. I don't know if it was out a few days ago or whatnot.
To do with a documentary or something that he's been working on. And I like to give a lot of oxygen to these people. I think we've spent more than enough time talking about the likes of Tommy Robinson. I have made it very clear in the past, and people have slammed me for this and said, you shouldn't do this. This is splitting the right wing. Good. Let me make that very clear. Let me write in letters in the sky, good. Let us separate. I will not unite with these people. These people are not nationalists. By their own...
I won't lie. She's slightly turning me on right now.
admission, they are not right-wing or far-right. I don't care what they want to label themselves. These are not my people. Not my people. And we are very, very firm on that. And there is absolutely no ambiguity.
I could see her with a wee orange sash and apron on. And a whip. I'd love that shit. I think I would have beer.
There used to be a bit of ambiguity because the grift used to take a different narrative. It used to take a different slant, right? And it's not just Tommy Robinson. Let's just name names while we're here, right? It's not just Tommy Robinson. It's Tommy Robinson.
Method, you're saying I'm assuming she's a big racist? You're no deep in the street, mate, if you don't know who fucking Jayda Fransen is, man. She's been about, beaten up. Literally beaten up. Kicked out. Shaking all about. Swear to God, man, give her name a wee Google. I don't know what would actually pop up nowadays because of the Illuminati censorship and stuff. But aye, man, she's done the rounds, man. Oh shit! I feel fucking horrible for my caviar approach to her being an internet whore. That's not what I said, man.
It's Anne-Marie Waters, it's Paul Golding of Britain First. Those types that fall into the Civnat category, the whole...
Oh, man. Right. Hopefully I can get through this because it's beautiful. But she goes into the Anne-Marie Waters. This is the gay split. This is the gay... I don't know if you know this. You might be able to tell it with the way she looks. But who am I to judge? She's Mrs. McDikey. And that doesn't sit easy with some of the McChristian Chicky McChristians. And there's they are disagreeing with each other. They agree the common enemy is the Fenian, but disagree on McDikey's right to be McDikey. And that is where a lot of this a lot of these people arguing about bullcrap is coming from, and it's fucking hilarious to observe. Especially if you don't actually forget, you know what I mean? Like, I had to actually look at my fucking calendar there, but it's 2022, right? Somebody want to tell the anti-McDikey, no, hold on, I need to get this right. Basically the fucking religious idiot that's fucking against fucking gay people. Somebody want to slap her up a fucking, upside your head, upside your head. I mean, like, fucking hell, man. And do you know what? I have respect for people that want to fucking, like, have their heads in the dinosauric period. I understand that. People fucking love their heads to be fucking back in Nam and shit. It's the fucking spewing on other motherfuckers. That's the shit that's where my... That's where I put the big bit of plastic down to give head properly. Anyway, but aye, it's well over. And there's only one way to make me sound better.
It doesn't matter whether you're
Play this,
black,
bitch.
brown, polka dot, if you identify as British and you love this country, then you've got every right to be here. Those people that are slamming the likes of myself and the British Freedom Party for being ultra-nationalist, good, I am an ultra-nationalist.
Am I the only one that gets a sexual vibe for her going, people that are slamming? Must just be me.
nationalist. I am an ultra-nationalist. That is the title that if I had to choose from all of the descriptions that they put out there about the far right, that's the one that I'd give myself. Because they've given the far right to the likes of Tommy Robinson, Anne-Marie Waters.
Big sexy fucking idiot. Big big dumb fuck. Could do with a bit of cop training.
And Britain Fast. And frankly, you cannot categorise my...
I'm trying. As I said, big dumb fuck needs a bit of cop training. But she's never looked sexier, to be honest. She has never looked sexier.
Stance anywhere near the same pot. Anywhere near the same pot. Magic Mike says Tommy's a good lad. I think we're going to agree to disagree.
Who doesn't, motherfucker?
I think you might be joking. Anyway, I am on a rant. But let me just show you what I think now. Right, what I'm about to show you, I don't know if this is going to be that surprising. I don't know if this is going to be that surprising because this is a boil the frog process, right? This is what this is. That's
not surprising at all, Hen. That's the 1988 fucking Alex Jones bullcrap. Boil frog! Boil frog! Pretty sure there's some sort of a wee fucking Dungeons and Dragons geek motherfucker over in fucking Japan. Oh man. It still bamboozles me why people fucking can't understand why all their talking heads on the YouTubes all come from the same places. Where's there so many Yankee Doodle Dandies coming out of Japan? I have no idea, man. No idea, man. It doesn't make sense. I need to ask Ryan. What's his name? Fucking Ryan Dawson. My fucking. Let him browbeat you about fucking how he knows better about what happened at 9/11 than you do, and you ever will. Oh no, man! Don't get me started on fucking shit. What is she calling out? She's calling fuck all out. She's just trying to make a noise. In fact, let's listen. In fact, you tell me, what is she calling out? What is she actually doing here? Where's it going? What's the point? Send me the fucking memo.
The bastardisation of the right wing in this country, the nationalist scene in this country, the patriotic scene in this country, has been a slow, enduring process. Boil the frog, right? And what I mean by that, for anyone who doesn't really get that analogy, maybe there are people watching from Europe, what I mean...
No, everybody gets that analogy. It's a 1988 fucking like conspiratardum fucking 101. I don't know if you quite get the boiling the frog analogy. Like, what the fuck you talking about, hen, man? Like, I get it, man. Maybe there are some folk out there that are deep in the street, and they don't know about that shit. They're just sitting here going like that. Oh, I'd fuck her. Oh. And the masturbation station is getting them through. No, let's wheel out order. Jim Dawson, mate, will be having fucking orgasms right now. You know, see with the shit that's happened in America and all that jazz, man, with the abortion. Oh, Jim Dawson is Jim Dawson and his organisations are ground zero when it comes to that sort of argument. Whether you agree or disagree, each to their own. I'm certainly not here to fucking frame anybody's mind one way or the other. Just the fact that Jim Dawson's got to have a hard on about fucking what's going on right now. And whether you agree or disagree, can each to their own out.
Why that is.
I think.
You boil a frog slowly, it doesn't realise it's being cooked, right? And the likes of Tommy Robinson, the likes of Britain First, the likes of Anne Marie Walters have used significant exposure. Such exposure isn't granted to everyone, but use significant exposure.
Right, now, this is where I love to fucking interject about shit, man, because it's very easy for people to set up there and tickle your balls. And Jayda Fransen is definitely up there tickling a lot of people's balls and saying a lot of good shit. A lot of stuff that a lot of people want to hear. And when I say good shit, in the sense that it's a lot of people perceive that to be what they want to hear out there representatives, and will support that, whether you agree politically or not. And what I'm trying to do is figure out if she's fucking genuine or not. If she's full of shite. And it's it's a very it's very valid question and very poignant question, in the sense that, I mean, you wouldn't kick her out of bed for farting, right? So your average fucking dude with a few beers down his neck sitting there watching this going, "Argh!" You know, yeah, look, hung all in. She's got influence, that's what I'm saying. She knows she's got influence in some way or the other. Whatever mechanisms she's got to get the message out, she's got influence, and the influence works. You agree or disagree, it's up to you, man, but just understand that she's influencing you, man. Whether you agree or disagree, who knows? Anyway, right.
To peddle a false narrative and change the face of nationalism in the UK. And people might be wondering, well, what does nationalism in the UK stand for? Well, if you look traditionally, nationalism in the UK would stand for putting the indigenous peoples of these islands first. It's not a case of, as I said earlier, if you identify as British, then you are.
This is what makes me think that she genuinely is just a... she's a genuine person. Naive or not, I'll leave it up to your own discretion. But she, in my humble opinion, she seems to be genuinely believing the bullcrap that's leading her down whatever merry path she's going down, rather than deliberately fucking manipulating shit to skew people with that down a different path. What my opinion fucking matters, I don't know.
Prime example of this would be Anne
She
Marie
just
Walters,
seems like a genuine
given that she's Irish
idiot.
and she leads for Britain. Any alarm bells ringing there? But anyway, I don't know if what I'm about to show you is going to be that surprising, because I think many people watching this, many Tommy supporters watching this, will be so accustomed to hearing this sort of rhetoric that it no longer shocks them. Like, the core principle of what's being said no longer shocks them, because these sound bites are bounded about by the so-called right wing, i.e. For Britain, Britain First, Tommy Robinson, that crowd, are bounded about by them, and people like sponges just soak these sound bites into their subconscious, and then when they hear that, I don't know, subconsciously, consciously, they think this is normal, this is okay. I'm going to show you a video now which should shock you to your very core if you break down what's being said.
Should shock you to your very core. Dry your panties. Get your fresh tampons out.
But legitimately, I think this has been so normalised, and that is why I say, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, that is why I say that Tommy Robinson, single-handedly, although not single-handedly, the puppet, Tommy Robinson, with the puppet master's hand up his bag, has done more damage to the nationalist cause in the United Kingdom than anyone, than Black Lives Matter, than any jihadist, than Antifa, any.
Oh man, I just want to state my honest opinion about this whole fucking bunch of shite, man. It's all coming from one particular place. I've stated this many a times, and it's just idiots like myself that are getting caught up in the cannon fodder and getting used and influenced and provoked and pointed and steered and blah 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 and Jayda's a good example, man. It's fucking obvious, isn't it? But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe Britain First rocks. Yeah.
Any of them. Those people can attack us all they like. But the people within that are completely destroying and distorting, they are the dangerous people. Let me play you a clip now. And I want you to just allow yourself to take in what is being said in this clip. Here we go.
Rights back, giving them the freedom. People say, even about immigration, people think I'm against him.
See, initially she was obviously getting steered with the oh fuck, I forget his name. The Britain First fucking slimy cunt. Oh wow, man, and he is pure extra slimy, man. I mean, like, I think his name, I forget. And I think they had a wee bit of the old violence and shit, and they fell out. And she appears to be on her Todd nowadays, telling us how great Tommy is.
Immigration. I'd open the British Embassy tomorrow in Saudi Arabia and I'd let every
Paul
Muslim,
Golden,
every woman leave.
Rab,
let them all come
mate.
over and leave every Muslim man scratching his head going, what's going on? Well, you lot are acting like cavemen, yeah? Yeah. So that's why the women are leaving you, right? The only reason why they can't leave, and the only reason why Islam still grows in number, is because it's punishable by death, even today. Yeah. If you leave Islam, you're killed, yeah? That is why. So Muslims, I don't hate Muslims, and do you know what? There's so many Muslims who grew up with me in Luton who know that, yeah? Who have a very good relationship with me.
Right, Tommy, my final question.
Okay. Just process that for a moment. I'm just going to leave that there for a moment just to resonate.
They put the answers in the box, what you think our problem is with Tommy's speech.
Because sometimes I do think we need to actually pay a bit more attention to what's being spouted. Instead, if I came out with a sentence like that, and there are many of you in this chat, and there are many of you watching this video, and God bless you for this, you have been some of the most loyal and dedicated supporters and members that I have ever known, and I cannot thank you enough for that. I really can't thank you enough. But I would sincerely hope that if I came out with anything quite as ludicrous as what that man said on camera at the weekend, you would, not only would you cease to support me, but you'd call me out on it. Or maybe call a doctor, right? like legitimately, maybe seek some psychiatric help for me. Because that statement is not the norm. It's not the norm. Just process what Tommy Robinson just said. Tommy Robinson said, people think I'm against immigration, but let me tell you what I would do. This is Tommy Robinson saying, people think he is against immigration, but. So he's letting you know from the outset, from the get-go, he is not against immigration. You got that?
My God, man. The last person in the world that I ever want to kind of defend or like or like sort of point out the retardedness of their argument, the argument against them. It's probably Tommy Robinson. But my God, what are you talking about, Hen? I mean, it's like basically our argument is he isn't fucking racist enough, right? Or xenophobic enough, or whatever, however you want to break it down, right? No pro-Christian enough. I don't want to just sit here and just fucking go, they're racist, blah blah blah, shit like that, right? But whatever her argument is, he's no extreme enough. Now, my counter argument would be he is racist enough. He's just fucking playing the game. Playing the game. Alright, playing the game, that's what I was saying. Yay.
Right? Lots of people aren't against immigration. Lots of people aren't against immigration. A lot of lefties, hope not hate, all those little lefty gaggles, they're not against immigration. Apparently, neither is Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is not against immigration. In fact, what Tommy Robinson would do is he would take all of the women in Saudi Arabia. He said Muslim women, and then he said women. Well, Let me tell you, it's not really an option for women in Saudi Arabia. It's not really an option to say, do you know what, I think I'm going to become a Christian. It doesn't really work like that.
I mean, like, I'm still debating with myself whether she's being genuine right now or it's just doing some jibber jabbers. In the sense that, look, what the fuck's our point here? Like, does it ever enter our head that he's doing it just to appease motherfuckers? Which would be my first protocol. But who knows? Let's see.
So, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter about their religion. It doesn't matter about their religion. He would take every single woman in Saudi Arabia and bring them to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I want you to let that sink into what you're...
Hey, come on, you fucking backward retard, fucking stupid looking fucking cow. Are you being for real here? You actually believe that he was like talking literally? I don't know. I can't believe that I'm actually defending Bobby Robinson, but I'm kind of defending his bullshit against Jayda Fransen. Oh shit!
That I have ever known, and I cannot thank.
Shit, where was I?
An act of what a heroic act of patriotic, of nationalism. What am I supposed to? How am I supposed to react to that? I know how I react to it. I know. Ragnar says Tommy Robinson is funded by the Jews. He's not an ethno-nationalist. He is not an ethno-nationalist, Ragnar. We know this. Definitely not. He's not a nationalist at all, because let's face it, to be a nationalist, And you can say he's a civ-nat, but I think that's a contradiction in terms. It's an oxymoron. You cannot be a civic nationalist. Civic nationalism basically implores the narrative that Britain First, for Britain, Tommy Robinson, they all roll out, which is, if you love this country, if you sing God Save the Queen, if you fly the flag, then you're British. These people want assimilation. That's what they want. They call for assimilation. We want you to assimilate into our way of life. We want you to assimilate into our culture. We want you to assimilate into our towns, our cities, our villages. We want you to assimilate.
Is she going to start fucking pulling out fucking the Borg shit?
Into our schools, our universities. That's what we want. We want you to assimilate into our way of life. Let me tell you something. True nationalists do not call for assimilation. That's the bottom line. It doesn't matter whether you are a white British nationalist or a black Nigerian nationalist. It doesn't matter. It does not call for the assimilation into our culture, our nation, our people. Because it means that would result in our people no longer existing. That would mean the dilution of our culture, the dilution of our race, the dilution of our heritage. That's what that means. It's
fucked up thing is, man, I'm very used I'm very used to these kind of opinions. It doesn't frighten me, it doesn't scare me, it doesn't make me piss my pants and all that. I just don't subscribe to the full-blown fucking crazy ideology, you know? But this is where the crux of the matter is. I think that their opinion should exist. I might not subscribe to it. Oh, fuck's sake, man, put it in front of me, man. I'll take the piss out of it fucking all day long. But it in my humble opinion, it should exist. It shouldn't. We shouldn't get rattled down this where it's going by the looks of things, where it's all or nothing. You know, it's there's no understanding of allowing different opinions, regardless of how fucking retarded people can perceive them to be, existing. It seems to be just cancelled, not allowed to exist. You can't talk about it. Don't bring that up. Blah 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 blah. And it's crazy, man. It's not crazy. It's not crazy, actually. It's not crazy at all. It's a sign of the times. And this isn't the first time this shit's kind of happened. This has happened for Jayda. This has happened since the conception of sharing information has been out there digitally or analogy. Is analogy a word? If it's not, I'm going to fucking start it. I'm going to create a word, analogy. Let's listen to how, like, she's a really good example, and you know what, like, it sounds mental, man. It's like I couldn't be any more opposed to our political views, right? A right to fucking say them is there, and that's heavily ingrained in the conspiratardom genre people. I include myself in that. It doesn't mean that It's obvious where my opinion. I say it's obvious, man. I mean, like over the fucking years that I've been spewing my pish, man, it's kind of obvious where like what slant I've got on all these kind of things. But as you do grow old in the tooth, man, I'm pretty sure all of us. I'm pretty sure a lot of us understand the weird feeling about, like, you know, just like an open playing field of like every freak of the circus is allowed to show their wares, kind of thing.
Certainly,
like
it's certainly, nationalism certainly doesn't call for the mass importing. I mean, we're talking 16 million Arabs into this country. That's what Tommy Robinson wants for the United Kingdom. And that, ladies and gents, is his way.
That, ladies and gents, is a big fucking hawk skipping a jump away from fucking whatever bullcrap fucking Bobby Robinson's fucking spewed 2 seconds ago. Right, and she's sitting up there telling you that, I tell you the truth, I don't lie, I'll tell you as it is. And she's just absolutely, just completely fucking skill-whiffed fucking... But she's playing politics, but she won't admit it.
Of proving that he's not against immigration. I don't have a problem sitting here now, live on air, saying I do not support any level of immigration. At this stage, I'd stop all immigration. I'd deal with the mess that we're in, and then I'd have controlled immigration on a very, very select and small scale. And people can say, oh, the left love this.
Good
yeah, but
guy,
your surname's
good
Fransen,
guy, good guy,
so you're not
wank.
British. Now, my grandfather was Dutch. He came to Britain when Holland was occupied by the Nazis. He came to Britain and fought.
I love all these fucking nationalists, man. None of them are fucking actually fucking British. Nigel Farage is off there podgering a fucking Polish chick. This bitch, by her own fucking admittance, is Dutch. Which makes the Nationalist Union vibe make sense.
Well, the Dutch Navy came here and fought, and we defeated the Nazis. Which brings me very nicely onto the next clip. You all know how I feel about Nazis. Not a fan of the Nazis. We beat the Nazis. My
Are you sure, man? I thought you were the supporter of the Nazis.
grandfather fought the Nazis. Not a fan of the Nazis. I'm a British nationalist. It wouldn't make sense for me to be a fan of the Nazis. I think this is a very basic concept. I know that we have all been called Nazis. All of the right-wing spokespeople, political activists.
It's because of the shared fascist beliefs and stuff like that, you know. Splitting hairs and shit, you know. But what's a Hitler haircut between Hitlers?
We've been called Nazis, right? Whatever. Call me what you like. Sticks and stones. Genuinely, anybody who's a British nationalist will know that Nazism is a contradiction. That's a bit of a natural state to be in. And the funny thing is, actually, having moved to Northern Ireland when I was released from jail, Northern Ireland has a very, very staunch loyalty to the Crown, to to Britain. And there are parts of Northern Ireland. It's a very divided province.
What are you talking about, Jayda? I have no idea.
There are parts of Northern Ireland that have been colonised by those who aren't British, and there are parts of Northern Ireland that are no-go zones for those who.
Right, come on, Jayda, let's get our guns out, man. The show's about who knows the most history about loyalists over in Northern Ireland. I would argue myself, but you look better than me.
Who aren't. And seeing the level of love and loyalty and nationalism. And when I say nationalism, in Northern Ireland, nationalism means something very different. Nationalists are on the other side. But in normal terms, European terms, nationalism is patriotism, right? So seeing the level of patriotism, British nationalism, if you like, in Northern Ireland. And it very much centres around the Somme, you know, world wars, our vets, all of that. Great appreciation, great love, great loyalty. I remember once seeing a guy turn up at a rally with a swastika tattoo. And I remember thinking, this is utter... And now, he wasn't very well received. And I remember thinking, this is utterly bizarre. Utterly bizarre. Like, the contradiction... And it wasn't missed, let me tell you. The good people of Northern Ireland, the loyalist community of Northern Ireland... It wasn't missed by them that this guy did not belong there. You know, this was a gathering in remembrance of war heroes, and here you have some absolute balloon with a swastika tattoo at a memorial service for war heroes, British war heroes who fought the Nazis. Like, the mind boggles. Anyway. It brings me nicely on to the next video. It makes
me think that she's a genuine idiot.
It's probably going to surprise a lot of people. I've spoken a lot about patriotic
I'd love to think she's a genuine idiot, you know, rather than like deliberately deceiving.
I've spoken about them a fair bit.
Fucking stupid.
Well, I've spoken about Mark Collette, and I don't think my feelings about Mark Collette have been. I don't think that I've minced my words. Let's say that. But in terms of good, decent people that have joined that movement, I'd like to think that people understand that what I've said in the past really was to try and help people and help those lads. And this next clip actually affects a few guys from Patriotic Alternative. It involves them directly. Again, sticking with the Tommy Robinson rally, because this show is not about PA, but PA do come into this. Sticking with the Tommy Robinson rally, here is a group of PA members or supporters, I'm not really sure, but they are affiliated with PA, and that is recognised by the crowd. And I want you to see...
By the crowd or the crowd? But anyway, I did want to point at that. I thought it was interesting. I found it very interesting, what can I say? I found it very interesting, just the inner workings going on within the far right movement and all that jazz, you know. So I thought that was worthwhile touching base with. Russian mercenaries behind Central African Republic atrocities. Ooh. I'll be honest, I've got Ranger songs running through my head right now, but anyway. But this isn't any new news. This is no different for the shit that goes on all over the globe, whether it's the Chiners, whether it's the West, the UK, the Yanks, the Russians, whoever it is, offering up the mercenaries, because mercenaries typically come from places that are doing no too shabby economically and export cunts that can kill people. Woo! Number one! So it's very interesting to see that this is coming out, especially with, well, it's very easy to see that it's part of the overall Russia Stinks campaign, you know, like, and no matter what's happening, and again, I'm not saying this is false. Who knows if it's real or not? Who fucking knows? What I'm pretty sure we all agree on is there's mercenaries from all sorts of fucking every corner of the globe, in every hellhole of the planet. And this story right now getting pointed out at this particular point in time isn't by accident, I would argue. But who knows? Maybe it's just because Russia stinks. Is this? Oh. Right, what I was going to do was do a Wikipedia. In fact, maybe it's in here actually, I don't know. But what I was going to do was a Wikipedia search and show you that the Sun is Rupert Murdoch. The Sun is Rupert Murdoch, and as you'll probably see for a few of these clips, what they're doing is they are putting out visual footage, which gives the Ukrainian forces
I'm Patrick Lancaster, and right now we are in the village.
Oh my god! Right now, like this guy's getting his dong sucked for all sorts of angles, man. He's like the best thing since sliced bread because he's showing everybody fucking things from the opposite angle and all that. Right. I'm going to suggest this guy's either snorting coffee or cocaine. I don't know, man. Just watch this dude, man. I've never seen any cunt so fucking wired in my fucking... no wired, jacked in my life. So maybe he's just had a good couple of coffees. Who am I, you know? Maybe he's had a fucking ton of cocaine. Use judge.
Of Yelenivka. Once again, it has come under shelling. We see this peaceful pasture of flowers behind me, but then when we go over to the school of the
cocaine on the
membrane, we can see the damage that was caused by a grad rocket attack from Ukrainian territory early this morning. We can see the impact and even see the grad rocket sticking out of the side of the school. In that direction.
He's nearly creaming in his pants talking about a grad rocket sticking it. Oh, you can nearly see the grad rocket. Wait till you see, man. He gets up there and starts.
It's Ukraine territory.
You can lick
Here
it.
is a school.
Before you
Ukraine knows it's here, and they fired on it. And it's not the only school in Yelenivka that has come under shelling. The other schools here as well. We were here just days ago showing you a civilian street coming under intense shelling. Before that, we were here again. Every day shelling is happening here. Let's talk to the people that work here at the school and see what they have to say about the facts. So it's not just me saying it. You hear it from the people.
Now, the argument could be flung in there that he's in a fucking war zone, right? And you're going to be jacked up because you're in a war zone, fucking shit's coming in. Wow. My counter argument would be, this dude's been in a war zone since since it all kicked off. And somehow, some way, he just sounds like he's had too many monsters.
People themselves. So please like this video, share, subscribe, share across all social media, and we're off. Let's find some information.
About a lovely lady who didn't get jacked up with cocaine. Then they went around about The Brady Bunch.
Здравствуйте.
Можно открыться из всего?
Гудыменко Виктория Григорьевна, директор Оленовской школы номер 2 Волновского района.
Можно сказать...
She's definitely not like the sexy fucking Ukrainian stroke Russian porn stars that I've women of the night that I've seen on
Был только один сторож.
people's on dangerous Dave social media.
Был на расстоянии, не поврежден.
И можно сказать, откуда это?
Откуда? С Новомихайловки.
Ага, как вы знаете?
А потому что мы живем и слышим, откуда они прилетают на Еленовку.
Ага, и кто там?
Кто-то, ну,
Now, I do want you to timestamp that as well. That's the 4th. That's 6 days ago. There's Rupert Murdoch again, just randomly showing you like war porn. In fact, like, you've seen the details on your screen. If you just want to go and see it, you can. Here's more war porn. Brought to you by the Sun.
So we've managed to come to a prisoner of war camp in Dnipro where a number of Russian soldiers who've been captured in the conflict.
Yes. If there was a tone in the voice that actually mirrored having a mangina, then mines would mirror it right now.
Are being held, and we've spoken to a couple of them not only about the conditions that they're in, but also about the circumstances of their capture and their role during the war. There's 8 prisoners in this cell behind me, all captured at various different stages. We've spoken to one who was operating a Grad rocket battery and one who was driving a Grad rocket, captured in Kharkiv in northeastern Ukraine in the first few days of the war. It's impossible to be totally sure the conditions that these men are being held in, because obviously we're here supervised by their guards and by Ukrainian prosecutors, but certainly the men that we've seen do not appear to show any signs of physical harm, although they have been in custody now for about 6 to 8 weeks. The room that they're in appears relatively clean, and it's got a bathroom that I'm standing in at the moment. One of the soldiers we've spoken to had been given the opportunity to call his mother. Now we know that's something Ukrainian forces have been doing, allowing the soldiers to call home to try and get the messages about what's going on in Ukraine back to people in Russia.
Hello, welcome to BBC World News. Ukraine says Russian forces have launched an all-out assault on the Azovstal steelworks in the city of Mariupol. Around 200 civilians are still believed to be sheltering inside. Moscow says humanitarian corridors will open shortly for 3 days to allow people to leave.
Anyway.
A Ukrainian commander claims Russian troops have entered the tunnels under the site to try to crush the last pocket of resistance in Mariupol. Mark Lebel has the latest.
10 weeks in, Russia testing Ukraine's resolve at the Azovstal steelworks, intensifying its assault,
Ukraine
as this unverified footage released by pro-Russian separatists shows, with what looks like thermobaric or vacuum bombs, as Ukraine's Azov regiment claims Russians have entered the southern port.
Oh my God, they're using the really bad bombs! You're only meant to be using the... Does they kill people that much bombs? But now you're using the really, really, really bad bombs. This cracks me up. In fact, it doesn't crack me up, man. It's par for the fucking course. What cracks me up is still the amount of choose my words carefully. The amount of people that unfortunately just fall under the cloak of the barrage of bullcrap and will go out there and blindly like regurgitate shite that typically isn't anywhere near what's going on. But let's listen to the vac pack bombs.
Cities plant.
There are heavy, bloody battles. I am proud of my soldiers who make superhuman efforts to contain the pressure of the enemy. I am grateful to the whole world.
Shows your whole fucking uniform, man. If you get any like SS or very similar regalia on your fucking uniform, do you know what I mean? Like, not that I even have a problem with these motherfuckers existing. Just let go balls out, man, and be open Nazi cunts. Don't hide behind the fucking veil of bullcrap.
for the colossal support to the garrison of Mariupol.
But that garrison's families are worried, and there are fears too for the 200 trapped civilians, including 30 children, still hunkering in the plant, alongside thousands of others in need of rescue from elsewhere in the shattered city.
The second phase of our evacuation operation in Mariupol ended today with 344 people successfully evacuated from the city and the outskirts of Zaporizhzhia. Our team will greet them, like the 150 who came from Azovstal, and they will get the necessary support from our state.
Russia's military says it will open humanitarian corridors out of the besieged Azovstal steel complex for 3 days from Thursday. But to pressure Moscow to stop the fighting, the EU wants to halt the import of Russian oil by the end of the year. But
see, rather than the import of Russian oil, maybe stop the import of fucking munitions into a war zone. You know, it's like fire. Stop pouring petrol on it. I don't know. It just makes kind of common sense, doesn't it? Look at that big multi-culty bastard.
You didn't want this to come out. This came out in the press about Ukrainian refugees. Tell me more.
Oh, yeah. They're so sweet. They really are sweet. I mean, luckily, we didn't have to go through all this dreadful red tape.
My God, man. If Eton is not showing Britain's like mega, I wouldn't say racism, I would just say xenophobia, man. It's this shit, you know, it's like, oh, blonde hair, blue eyes, come and stay in my house. Whereas all the other motherfuckers come, yeah, black and brown motherfuckers, boom, nope, not considered. Chris Tarrant doesn't want free Ethiopians. Let's hear them talk about it.
Because so many people I know are going, we'd love to take them, we can't get through all the bureaucracy.
Oh my God, man.
Luckily
see Jeremy Kyle as well.
There's a lovely mum who speaks no English at all. She's 65. She's the mum of the
somebody
whole
you
family.
can kick the fuck out and
she
get
just
away
keeps
with
looking
it.
at me, sticking the thumbs up and going,
he's up
safe.
there.
We are safe. I think, how nice is that?
How many of the family have you got?
How nice is that?
We're trying to get the other mum and dad across maybe in the next 2 weeks. So there's the mum, there's the daughter who's about 30.
Unfucking believable, man. As soon as there's a war zone in a place with white cunts, man, fucking people like Chris Tarrant like that, woo, open the floodgates. Oh man, he doesn't support fucking brown and black cunts and fucking dinghies coming across. Only good looking white woman for Ukraine, blonde hair and blue eyes, that he wants to inherit. It's mental. And then you've got, fucking Jeremy Vile. Seriously, what would you do with that guy if you met him in an alley and you knew you were going to get away with it? But I'm joking, because
lovely girl. She does speak quite good English. And this little baby, this little 10-month-old baby, is just starting to walk. And I see this kid sort of wobbling around my kitchen, picking up toys, and I think, it's so nice that you're here, because God knows what would have happened if you'd stayed.
What made you do it? How did you do it?
God knows what would have happened to the
black cunts and the brown cunts and the books.
I sent some money and stuff, and I thought, I wonder if, but not if it got there, but what it would actually achieve. You know, you can't buy a missile or whatever. And Jane was saying to me, we've got to do something. I said, quite right, what should we do? And she said, maybe we could get a family. We know a Ukrainian in London, a friend of ours for years, and I said, you know, can we do anything? She said, well, I think there's a family trying to come over at the moment. Now, the mother of the little baby's husband is still fighting, and it's getting really scary because when she doesn't get a call within 2 or 3 days, she gets really screwed up. You can imagine that. It's terrifying. And they were sleeping. I mean, they were.
I'm lost for words about this shit. I cannot believe. Not that it's going unchecked, man. I mean, each to their own. People are welcome to do whatever they fucking want to do. But just the open fucking absolute disparity between white cunts coming for Ukraine and brown people coming for fucking Spain. I'm just saying that because it rhymes. But for wherever, it's unbelievable. And these motherfuckers sitting up there like that. Yes, I'm taking the white people on. Yes, I'm the greatest. I can't. I find it hard to believe that this shit's going down in the town.
Sleeping on the floors of 3 of them with a little squeaker. They were sleeping on the floors of airports in Poland, and they came to us, and they're just so nice. And you think it's really nice to have done something, you know. It's absolutely not a problem. It's great.
I was saying the other day on the talk that I get really hacked off with the virtue signaling of some celebrities. You didn't want that out.
No, I didn't.
And you just, I don't know, it had nothing to do with me that it got out, but before you blame me. But actually, it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And you feel like you're doing something constructive.
Yeah, because you look at this continuing horror going, what? Surely you can't believe this is happening in this day and age. Like,
I said it every day.
We all say it every day.
Do you know what's really bad is you go, it's day 67, or they've bombed here, or there's some lives. That humanitarian effort for me, and I'll go back to being British again. You know, to me that's our greatest strength that this country pulls.
Actually, I'm going to cancel that because.
Поищи право-лево, покрутись. Стоп, пошло движение. Уменьши ракурс, уменьши.
Командир подразделения регулярных сил Донецка с позывным «Скиф» у непривычно широкого для военных условий видеомонитора лично ведет работу из наблюдательного пункта, который временно развернули прямо на Азовстале. Важно рассмотреть каждую деталь. Группа зачистки осматривает промышленное строение, которое оставили несколько часов назад украинские военные. Теперь нужно все проверить до конца. Про события здесь, на Донбассе, говорят, конечно, что все-таки технологии и время влияют на происходящее здесь. И, конечно, никто не заменит талантов, мастерства военного человека. И самое главное, сохранять жизни многим. Отсюда посмотреть, вот с экрана, с большого, понаблюдать за дроном, за тем, как работают группы, да, идет оперативная работа, наверное, безопаснее. Хотя, конечно, чтобы передать вам, зрителям, вот это вот максимальное ощущение, да, происходящего, реальность происходящего, мы стараемся бывать и вот на так называемом передке, да, чтобы...
Russian oil, like Slovakia and Hungary, who say they can't agree to that, even with the offer of an extra year to comply.
What we've seen today on the table is very far from what we can live with and go with, not for the reasons of political taste or any kind of taste-like issue, but it's simply the hard physical facts on the ground. There is no substitute.
But Western countries are still intent on rearming Ukraine, as Russia continues its attacks in the east. These strikes in Dnipro 5 minutes after an air raid siren, leaving residents with little time to scramble for cover. Mark Lobel, BBC News.
Let's talk to our correspondent Joe Inwood, who's in the western Ukrainian city of Lviv.
See, trying to shift through the bullcrap, which is easier said than done. It kind of seems that what Russia's doing is hitting all the critical infrastructure, which prevents Ukraine from getting the Western hardware up to the front lines. And let's see what else.
You can take me down. You can break me down. You can take me down.
Oh, by the way, I need to point out one thing. I don't know how significant this is or isn't, but actually anybody gives a shit. Wait, where am I? Tommy Robinson's YouTube channel is still up and running. He had a video up 3 weeks ago. Now, granted, it's probably not monetized, he's not making money for it. All that jazz and all that kind of stuff. But his channel is still up and running. So, I don't know about you, but when I hear all the I'm getting censored bullshit, it doesn't ring true when your YouTube channel with fucking how. Fuck's sake, man. Nearly 350,000 people subscribe to him, nearly. But he's getting censored. Now, I know you can argue about all the shit you can and cannot say and all that jazz, but to me it appears that it seems to be getting applied across the board. There's obviously a will on some level that doesn't want Tommy Robinson to have a podium to say what he's got to say, because he does, clearly has done, curried a lot of favour in the past, to say the least. So, it's interesting to watch. And the fact that 3 weeks ago, man, he managed to put a video up about his family getting threatened. In fact, about his kids getting threatened and shit. The most abhorrent shit, man. Horrible, disgusting shit. It's just not good, whatever way you dress it up, look at it, so on, so forth.
Yeah, I'll fucking testify him, bruv. Under oath.
I'm very gutted.
Taking us to fucking town, bro. She fucking ruined my life, mate. She did. I basically give my evidence based on what our relationship was, because all I'm willing to do or say is, so she's making out to the courts in America that she is a married woman, never strayed, completely, that type of person. And it can be further from the truth. It's a great contact to me. He gave me a little, don't go any further, gave me a little wink and said, look, this is all over. well, thank you. So he said, help us do this. So I was going to testify and say, look, she used to take me here, she took me there, she took me this, she took me that, pay for that, pay for this, she paid for that. She used to talk about Greg, say she had a plan to make loads of money, to come over and be with me, as she says, and start a new life, and all that sort of stuff. So,
can I just say, right now, I've got nothing other than YouTube videos to get any sort of a idea grip, comprehension about what's happening with Danny, Tomo and Tommy. This stuff's just, well, it's tittle-tattle on the boob tubes, which I find very fucking entertaining and funny. But it certainly isn't like fucking evidence of X, Y, or Z, if that makes sense. To like get a letter, you know, it's great, all the hearsay and the funny videos and all that jazz, but I would love to know what's really went on, going on, so on and so forth. Oh my god, was that a pizza?
Situation was that I funnily enough, it was tractors that I was looking at, and so I did get into another web. The
fucking work, you fucking bastard.
The situation.
I'm gonna try and do refresh.
The situation was that I funnily enough, it was tractors that I was looking at, and so I did get into another website that had a sort of very similar name, and I watched it for a bit, which I shouldn't have done.
I needed to go to the toilet, so I went to one that I knew would be open at 3 in the morning. Upon my arrival, I met two men, Carlos and Eduardo, who invited me into their cubicle to talk to them about government policy. Unfortunately, I slipped on the wet floor and became sandwiched between the two men, in a position that the arresting officer informed me is known as a spit rose.
The situation was that I funnily enough,
it was brilliant, man. Doke. Okey-dokey, pookie. Right. Oh, this is a really good thing. See Spaztards online who've made their currency of being an arsehole. So done, so gone. Boom, shakalaka. These virtue signalling little fucking arseholes. Gone, done, dead and buried. They no longer will be able to exist online where the ability just cloak themselves behind an IP address. And it's I know a lot of people are up, a lot of people have different views and all that on this debate, but this is, in my opinion, a step in the right direction, a well needed step, man, to stop fucking backward fucking autistic fucking arseholes who get ran out of Chukterville and then get ran, like, I'm talking about Plisco. You get ran out of Chukterville, you get ran out of Glasgow. Right? If that cunt turned up in Glasgow, the queue to murder him. Whoa, man, that's about fucking 20 deep. Right? The guy had to leave Glasgow for a reason. He had to leave Chukterville for a reason. And then he bounced into fucking Glasgow thinking fucking Glaswegians would put up with his bullshit. And then what happened was, he was going to get murdered. In fact, he is going to get murdered by all the Glaswegians that he fucking thought he was a wido over. And I can't wait to view this shit. I'm pretty sure it'll get streamed live. Can't wait. Be good fun. And if you're a backward fucking windy licking fucking arsehole like Plisco or Hairy Mary or fucking what was the twat's name? I can't even fucking remember his name now. Anyway, the twat done, gone, done and dusted. No longer can you hide behind the fucking facade of fucking IP addresses and shit. You start breaking the law, you're going to get fucking held accountable regardless if you're just a fucking backward, windy licking fucking autistic fucking idiot. Plisco, Alan, Mitchell, what a fucking arsehole. Swear to God, man, the queue of people lining up to murder him. Woo! Well, wait, I hope he sleeps well at night. I hope he sleeps well at night. Now knowing that he can no longer hide behind a fucking IP address and his spunk-ridden fucking socks. Online safety law to be strengthened to stamp out illegal content. It's all about that illegal content. Well, God bless. What do you call it? The ability to hide your IP address and download whatever you want to download. But the people that want to try and hide behind IP addresses and the masking the IP addresses is gone. It's gone. Like, whether you agree or disagree with this, and I strongly agree, man, because I've witnessed I've witnessed the realms of retardationists that like just like autistic fucking idiots like Plisco. You know, like he get kicked out of fucking Chukterville, he get kicked out of Glasgow, he's doing in fucking England, having to be incognito, like has to hide himself before anybody fucking actually finds out where he is because he'll get murdered. Imagine living like that. But more power to you, and less power to you because you're going to get fucking ate up. You're gonna get fucking. You're gonna get fucking. Oh my god, man! I wonder if they can actually go back and retrospectively charge you for all your fucking retardationness. I wonder if they can do that. I don't think they can. All right, punk, how you doing? Oh, that grobnob cunt done like that. It's all over. These motherfuckers cannot exist anymore. The shit that they're doing and their game of like having some sort of a fucking league table of who can fucking annoy cunts the most. It's over. It's over. It's done. These idiots are no longer allowed to exist online. It's beautiful because I can still exist because all I do is fucking say my own opinions and all that. These motherfuckers are gone. 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 If not arrested, gone. And anyway, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the fallout of this shit, to be quite honest. I've already witnessed it, man. It's been quite fucking self-evident on the YouTubes in the last 6 months, 12 months, when they've put in procedures to stop arseholes like that. You know, like I don't know how to even fucking explain it. They stop arseholes like that. They were like a cancer, man, and the fucked up thing is they thought they were big or clever. They thought they were big and clever. And what you find out, we actually fucking seeing what these cunts are all about, is some sort of a game and sport to them. And that Plisco cunt, man, he was just a backward fucking... He was like full-blown fucking autistic arsehole. A Rain Man. You know, like, he thought his ability to troll was like some sort of a, like, superpower. Seriously, man. He really did thought he was some sort of a, like, big fucking internet gangster. Oh, man, all he did was need to, like, rattle him out his fucking hole and kick the living shit out of them. Little pussies. Little fucking pussies. Well, you're right, punk. Good riddance. They're gone, man. They're gone. The motherfuckers no longer have the ability to do what they're doing. They no longer have the ability to do what they were doing on channels that don't welcome it. Apparently there's channels where they just beef with each other, you know? Everybody's a pedo, apparently. I don't know, man. I just love to drag them all the fuck out and kick fucking shit, living shit out of the lot of them. But none of them have the balls to even put their fucking, their voice, never mind their fucking face on camera. Fucking bunch of fucking reprobates. But as I said, done and dusted. Are over. You know, like the ability to just he's a pedo and make videos and like bombard people with shit like that. Done. Over. Done and dusted. Fuck's sake. I went and done the rounds round Plisco's fucking place in Glasgow where he get the shit kicked out of him numerous times and got told. That's why he left Glasgow. Didn't he leave Glasgow because he wanted to go and check out the good climate down in England? He get kicked out of fucking Glasgow because he was a scummy little fuck that Glaswegians wouldn't tolerate and would kick the fuck out of because he's a little skanky bastard. And beautiful. I'd love him to come back up to Glasgow, man. The queue to kick the shit out of you, you little fucking snotty-nosed little fucking rat bastard. No, even know. Oh my god, man. You should see him. He's a fucking... I'll be honest, this is why I don't even give a fuck about him anymore. He's a mentally retarded idiot, right? To go after him, you'd be taking liberties. Right? I found out why you get ran out of town. Why you get ran out of Chuktersville. Why you get ran out of Glasgow. And why he's hiding down in England. I know that. And I feel sorry for the little fucking idiot. So, what can I say? Don't know. Maybe maybe other people will actually start seeing through his facade of shite. The fucking the cathedral of fucking jobbies that he's made. I don't know, man. The people have told me that fucking people are fucking scared of him and all that, man, and I just don't get it. What a wee fucking what a rat bastard. Scared of him.
Victoria Police manuals
reason?
come out, you're not allowed to have your own opinion on Facebook. Like, you like Harvey's thing, they're probably investigating you, that sort of stuff. Good chance I can't go back to Vic Pol after speaking to you.
This month, Australia is going to decide what direction to take the country, while the mainstream media...
Well, what we need more man buns.
...led us to the shocking authoritarian control in the name of health. We at Rebel News are launching a unique initiative to allow freedom-focused candidates to have their campaigns heard, exactly what they don't want. We will give a platform to the independent and minor parties the mainstream media don't want you to know about. So head over to ozdecides.com to find out their stories, upcoming debates, and then share them far and wide to let others know that there is a better option. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to sign up to our mailing list at ozdecides.com so you don't...
You get the details on your screen if you want to go and catch up with that pish. But again, all we needed was the war in Ukraine to cure COVID. But for some reason, Mr. Right-Wing Man Bun here wants to keep the COVID shit going. But no. I feel his pain. Feeling it. Oh, look at that beautiful bun. Look at that beautiful bun. Who wouldn't want a bun like that?
Infiltrated our schooling system. How do they feel about businesses being arbitrarily shut?
How do you feel about people fucking jacked up to the fucking nines on cocaine? Fucking trying to get a fucking part of the fucking political system, man. I have no idea and no evidence to say this guy's jacked up on cocaine other than the way he's fucking
shut down under this arbitrary state of emergency. Are they comfortable with this government? How do they feel about our manufacturing being sold down the drain? If they're not happy with any of those things, then I would encourage them to go to my website, morgancjonas.com, read my policy positions and make an informed decision if they think that I'm the sort of person they'd like to support. So ultimately it comes down to the voter. We need voters to be informed about who they vote for, understand who they are, so that we can hopefully turn...
It's crazy, isn't it, man? It's mental. It's like almost like there's some sort of a like mad, weird, sort of a like mad, sort of a like psychic energy floating across the planet, because like you get all these motherfuckers in Britain, you know, all these motherfuckers in America, and all these motherfuckers in Australia, and all these motherfuckers elsewhere, all singing from the same hymn sheet. They all seem to be like, Katie Hopkins, something Katie Hopkins' dick, because we all know Katie Hopkins has the best dick. And And nobody seems to question why. Why, motherfucker? Why is this Bojo? And no offence to him, man, because I guess he's a good guy and all that jazz. But why is this Bojo sitting in Australia saying the exact same shit as Tommy Robinson? Nobody asking that question? Nobody wanting to actually address that shit? Nah. Let's listen.
In this situation around.
Immigrants.
So I'm going to start by just playing the intro to this interview that you did with Neil Mitchell.
Go for it.
But they're going to be powerful wackos and fringe dwellers. I don't know why you want to vote for them. I think I know. I think it's sheer frustration with the major parties. But the news poll today in The Australian shows that 27% of the voters could be voting for independents or minor parties. That puts them in an extraordinarily powerful position. On the line, Morgan Jonas is running as an independent senator for Victoria. Morgan Jonas, good morning.
G'day, Neil. How come you're calling all these independents wackos?
Because
not very nice.
No, it's not nice.
What makes you say that?
He agrees it's not nice.
What about the major parties, mate? Look what they've done to this country. I reckon they're the wackos.
Yeah, there's a bit of truth in that too. But tell me, what's your platform?
You have to admit it. They're the wackos there, and Bullman, and the interview continues like that, and right. You absolutely demolished him, I think, and people that want to watch hear the whole interview.
I think Tommy Robinson should get a man bun. What do you think? I think Tommy Robinson would. It might water down the violence towards him if he gets a man bun. You're less likely to hit somebody with a girl's haircut, I think. It's a kind of psychological defence mechanism.
I encourage you to go listen to it and decide for yourself. I think that kind of behaviour actually encourages more people to vote independent. But we'll find out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we sure will. And I had a very positive response, and a lot of people reached out to me who said, I wasn't really sure who to vote for, Morgan. My vote is locked in with you after listening to you hand it to Neil Mitchell.
I feel a bit sorry for them. They're a bit senile. Their platforms are, they're depreciating by the hour. And they've been sticking up for these Dumb and Dumber parties for how long now?
I know his name. I'm just talking to the comments. I know his name is Yemeni. I don't think it's anything to do with Yemen. If my memory serves, he's of Greek descent. And that goes with its own ties to the Western clique and whatnot, so I get that. His name being Yemeni or Yemen is nothing to do with Yemen. I'm sorry. Anyway.
And they've been creaming it. They've lost nothing in the last 2 years. They are so out of touch.
You too have a voice. Your vote on Thursday is your voice. It is imperative that we send a message of unrelenting opposition to this iniquitous protocol to London, to Brussels, to Dublin by demonstrating that unionists will not put up with this partitioning of the and therefore you have a perfect opportunity on Thursday to speak on this issue, to speak with strength on this issue. And it is important that every unionist who cares about this province votes in strength, but not just votes in strength, but votes for strength, not weakness. And therefore I urge every one of us to do our duty this incoming week. Let this not be the generation that fails this union. Let us unite.
Shit, man. Fucking too much man bun.
Just the wrong one in terms of something that works against our nation, but something that works against people who don't even live in our nation, that are not from our nation, that don't give a damn about our countrymen and the people in it. Why are we being punished for working in correspondence and in collusion to make our country better? And that's what they mean by the wrong opinion. People who care about fucking men and women being men and women, children not
Oh shit! I actually did. I apologise. I didn't mean to kill that there. But you got the vibe. Get more of the vibe with Elon's team.
All right, everyone. We start off today, of course, with the Daily Mail bit here. Link in the description, archived, of course. And Elon Musk buying Twitter is helping to expose something that creators like myself and many of you have known for years now. But if you're not part of the group of people that's been censored or is censorship adjacent, that is, you're not part of or near the independent media thing. If you're a TV viewer, in other words.
This guy isn't independent media, man. He's sitting there spouting fucking Daily Mail shit as if it's like fucking like coming for a fucking independent journalist fucking source. It's the Daily fucking Mail. You fucking Barry Gibb looking fucking reject. The guy doesn't even have a fucking clue about the British press, but he still fucking goes on there and spouts on his shit when he's Hexenhammer 666. His claim to fame is writing books about fucking Merlin and fucking warlocks and shit. But yet somehow, some way, he's managed to clarify himself as some sort of a deep fucking amazing fucking political analyst.
Words, like a lot of the older demographics are, you probably aren't aware of the fact that there is a sleazy nexus of big money, unaccountable big money.
Yeah, big money and control of YouTube, which is controlling you. Stex Hexenhammer 666, you fucking dick. What the fucking kind of fucking moron fucking sits there with fucking Barry Gibb looking motherfucker with fucking Hawaiian shirts telling you about politics? I mean, I don't know. I dare say he knows what he's talking about.
Funneled through middlemen to try to censor and influence what happens online. It is the same kind of mafioso corporate cutthroat tactics that we see in other industries. It's just that they've been better overall at branding it. Because when you're talking about tech communication...
Yeah, the mafioso shit that you see in other industries where you get fucking cunts that cut their cud talking about the devil and shit, 666 and all that crap. Now fucking sitting offering you up question time shit when he's a Barry Gibb looking motherfucker. And like, no offence to Barry Gibb, but like, he's a Barry Gibb looking motherfucker. What's that got to do with the price of fucking cheese?
Communications firms, and the propaganda comes from these same groups, which is not coincidental. What they do is they frame it as, think of the children. Big corporation is making some sort
Punk, was it good, LSD?
party to that industry. So a car manufacturer has sold too many lemons or something. But what if they just ride a bike? Well, they don't really give a shit. They're probably laughing at the vehicle drivers. But with human communications, the propaganda is, hey, there's a huge amount of systemic hate and toxicity and all these horrible things online. Things that we often astroturf as actual social issues and are
things that are often categorised with 666 and occult shit versus Christian stuff and all that, you know? But of course, he's above it.
Hassan Piker is a little bit under the weather because he is getting disrespected on the internet. And he also claims that money doesn't buy happiness. And I'm like, Nani?
Oh, man. God. Therapy might help you learn to not internalize the criticism. Dude, people who say your position of prominence comes with a target on your head, just brace it, enjoy the house and the car, your psychos are not unique and PR teams are used to this, don't realize that, like, no. That's not where this comes from. This is beyond the normal level of fucking hatred people get. I get Elon Musk levels of hate, dude. What do I do? What have I done that deserves Elon Musk levels of hate? People act like I'm Jeff Bezos, dude. People act like I'm literally just as bad as Jeff Bezos. Like that's the fucking crazy
I can't
thing.
remember why you stuck that in.
I try my best to avoid mentioning Mr. George. Because every time you bring him up, people are like, "Oh my god, conspiracy
I love this guy
theory."
because he reminds me of the golden ratio.
Starts with the word George. And a conspiracy theory is misinformation. And if it's misinformation, we have to ban it. And meanwhile, Mr. George is a rich person who is funding and promoting the concept of removing misinformation. A concept which didn't even exist 10 years ago. I mean, it was unthinkable for a modern democracy, especially a nation that values liberty and freedom, to try and control what people talk to one another. This is only what fascist states did, what the Soviet Union, what Nazi...
Really the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history, in recent American history.
See, I'll be honest, right? I love watching this stuff because it's hilarious.
That's how a lot of people
but
are
also
feeling lately, and those are some very
paints
curious comments by
one particular
Joe Biden.
Spectrum
Welcome back,
of the
extra
political
beautiful, extra
retardation,
amazing human beings. This is Luke Radowski
especially
here
retarded.
WeAreChange.org. A lot of crazy news to get into today. As of course, we not only have a crazy situation unfolding in Europe, but also here domestically, where it looks like there's a coordinated effort by some very bad people in order to try to attack and stop Elon Musk from allowing free speech on a social media platform that, of course, is considered the major town hall of the world. Why can't we have a free speech? Well, there's a group of unaccountable, bureaucratic totalitarians trying to tell you why as they're scheming behind everyone's back. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all on this independent media that has been calling out the lies, propaganda, and bullcrap.
Oh my god, man, that guy was getting me a sore head. I don't know if he's noticed, the people voice is back, motherfuckers.
And no, this is not satire. A skills
I would
workbook
love some
produced by
feedback
University
on
in
whether
Scotland has
this
sparked
people's
furious
voice is
backlash
the people's
after it began
voice
instructing
of the
midwives
people's
on how to
voice
assist
that
biological
was the
men
people's
in
voice
giving birth.
back in the day when the
midwife's
people's voice was the
workbook
people's
noted
voice.
the following.
If
It
you
is
get me.
important to note that while most times the
I want
birthing
to
person
know
will have female
how much
genitalia,
David Cake,
you may be caring for a pregnant
David
or
Cake
birthing person who is transitioning
is
from male
involved
to
in this
female
shit.
and may still
I
have a
want to know.
penis. The manual then goes on to tell midwives that they should be familiar with how to use catheters
but
for
also
both female and
as
male
well, it
anatomy.
becomes very
The woke
easy to
manual
see the
boasts that
echo
because
chamber
both men and
when
women can give
they're
birth,
talking
it will
about
be
this
referring to those in
crazy
labour as
retarded shit
birthing
coming from Scotland
persons
about
and not women. The guide was criticised by Elaine Miller.
Okay,
from the
every
Chartered
time something like
Society of
this happens,
Physiotherapy,
I think
who
that's
noted
it.
that
We've
the
reached
instructions
peak.
were completely unscientific. Miller said it's simply not possible for a man to get pregnant. Meanwhile, midwives across the UK have been told by government-sponsored...
meanwhile, fucking stop that cunt, man, before he fucking actually, like, kills your brain cells. Sounds like the most depressed fucking backward retarded fucking... Look at me, it doesn't even look like he's capable of cracking a fucking smile. Anyway, this morbid piece of shit aside, this stuff is very... it's very familiar, you know. It's like it's just pointing out craziness of like it's just pointing out the craziness of some people's very crazy points of view. And what has to get done is it has to get like sort of portrayed as like, oh, this is the norm, this is what's happening, this is what's getting fed. This is blah, 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 blah. Rather than like look what this fucking idiot said. The people countering this, and it's welcome in the point of view is the people fucking talking about birthing people and shit like that. Right. Now, people can talk about X, Y, or Z till they're fucking blue in the face. It doesn't make it so, and it also doesn't mean that people will fucking accept that shit. Do you think people are going to fucking start bouncing about talking about birthing people? This only exists in fucking dystopian people's nuts. I think. But anywho.
Gender ideology insanity. And then something else pops up like a month later. But this, ladies and gentlemen, has to be one of the biggest leaps towards absolute retardation I've seen in a long time. And it's...
Hey, and this, ladies and gentlemen, has to be something that's been really spun to fuck. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a thing that what you'll find is popping up left, right and centre in all the independent news organisations. And independently talking about the same shit. I know, just independently, we all came to the same fucking conclusion.
It's all done in the name of making an extreme minority of the population feel comfortable and secure, even though what we're about to talk about applies to absolutely no one and never will. So I stumbled across this article on Twitter that talks about an Edinburgh...
So he stumbled across an article on Twitter. Just this guy.
Sister media, the Epoch Times, briefly appears in Marvel's latest superhero movie.
China
and
is
one
hunting
Chinese
humans
state-run media
abroad.
outlet isn't pleased.
I've been personally in
but the
contact
newest film isn't
with
the
more.
only one facing Chinese censorship. Spider-Man: No Way Home and others.
Shanghai
were also
lockdown
blocked from
nightmare.
Chinese releases.
An elderly man declared
does the
dead
US really know
until the body
very
bag
confused.
starts moving.
Right. Alright, I was talking about this guy who independently came across a Twitter thing saying, what shit is it they're talking about? The midwifery fucking thing, he's birthing people and shit like that, right? Fucking 2 sentences in some sort of a fucking manual somewhere in the world, and all these bozos are fucking bukkake in it. Right, but this guy independently, obviously, just came across this on the Twitter.
University midwifery, whatever. Supplying learning materials to students that covers...
Yeah, well, you're a bit of a fucking backward retard, man. You can't fucking speak properly.
Biological males giving birth through their penises. Yes, that's what I said. I'm not even joking. Giving birth through...
This is no way a fair representation of the bull crap that he's talking about. Nowhere near. Nowhere near it. Nowhere fucking near it. No, not even in the fucking same fucking paradigm, man. Guy's just pulling this shit out his fucking small fucking penis hole. His small birthing penis hole.
Through their penises. So GB News says, university midwife students taught to...
Yeah, I don't know about yous, but I always trust YouTube channels that use Nigel Fadge TV as their backup message. It's their source of reference. I don't know about yous, but when I really want to hit a message home, especially with the anti-Brexit fucking mob and all that shit, I always use Nigel Vag TV. That's what I use. Nigel Vag TV. It's the perfect remedy to people thinking that you're just a far-right twat. Perfect remedy. There is no better remedy than somebody thinking you're a far-right twat then bouncing up and quoting GB News. Fuck knows, get Eamon Holmes involved. Get that fucking totty picking bastard involved for a wee second. It'll be beautiful. Sorry, GB News.
Care for men giving birth through their penis. Edinburgh Napier University has advised students they need to be prepared for both men and women giving birth. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, okay, they're talking about like a chick to dude transgender person.
Well, mate, see, to be honest, man, listen to your fucking rhetoric. You make a fucking a mountain out of a molehill. I think I might have just invented that saying, but it stands true. This fat fucking bear, fucking Kiwi bastard, will make a mountain out of a molehill. Let's see him continue to make a mountain out of a molehill.
And giving birth through their artificial penis or something, but
you know, like somehow, some way, this shite getting fucking dripped into the lexicon of the Scottish educational system. Somehow this has got this wee motherfucker's fucking arsehole twitching more than mine for some reason. I don't know why. Why does this fucking little fucking kiwi eating motherfucker fucking care more about fucking Scotland than I do? I don't know. You wee gay bear, are you a fucking is he a gay bear or a care bear?
It seems the way this stuff was originally written implies the exact opposite. A British university is teaching its midwifery students how to care for males giving birth. Note they said males, not men, so not like woman to man transgender people. Males, biological males. Feminist news website.
Did anybody actually like pure look into that really that in depth?
Redux revealed teaching materials from Edinburgh Napier University which state the person giving birth may still have external male genitalia after transitioning. Note the wording there, may still have external male genitalia after transitioning, implying that this is a biological.
Why is it all these straight motherfuckers obsess about fucking poofs, gays, straights, trannies, and everything in between? Why do they obsess about it? I genuinely don't get it, man. It's like fucking the toilet thing. I stay in a multicultural city with fucking all that shit happening and whatnot, and I'm not adversely affected by people want to go to different toilets or some shit. I just don't get it. I just don't fucking get why all these freaks of the circus are fucking like apparently care so fucking much, because they don't care so fucking much. That's obvious. Their caring is selective, and weirdly enough, it seems to be that what they care about seems to be in and around the talking points of Alex fucking Jones. Mental. I have no idea why that is the case. Why is this fucking kiwi fucking eating fucking bear fucking idiot so engrossed in what Alex Jones gives a fuck about? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he cared about this shit before Alex Jones did. Nah. No, Alex Jones was well ahead of him. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
dude transitioning to a chick, and they may still have their block and tackle. The skills workbook on categorization informs students the person giving birth may be a male. The workbook also adds a trans person who's transitioned from female to male could give birth through a specially constructed penis. Okay, so that's a separate thing. That's how I initially took it. A female transitioning from woman to man, sure, they can still give birth, but probably not through a specially constructed penis. I mean, imagine that thing. I know blokes who have passed kidney stones or gallstones or whatever they are through their dick. Like they've just got to wait for them to come out naturally and they piss them out. And they're tiny little things and they're in excruciating pain. Imagine trying to pass a baby through your cock. The thing wouldn't look like a cock at all. It'd be like a...
So he's telling you to imagine the thing that you can't imagine, that's impossible, that he's slagging off the other people for even their suggestion. Imagining the thing that they say you shouldn't imagine, but you can imagine. I mean, it's... For me, it's clear as day why this guy's fucking jumping up and down like a retarded bear, to be quite honest. But who am I to judge?
Some sort of flesh apron. Elaine Miller, a fellow for the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy, expressed dismay at the contents of the workbook. She told the website it is not possible for a male person to get pregnant. Yeah, no shit. A female with a gender difference can become pregnant, but will not have male genitalia. Yeah, I mean, say there was a chick who sort of transitioned to be a dude and got one of those fake penises. How would they get pregnant? It's like that scene out of The Office where Dwight asks the HR manager all those...
This is kind of like some sort of a mental retard going, this isn't possible, but I'm going to sit and debate with you why it isn't possible for ages. Do you know what I mean? It's like, at no point has that book ever suggested that fucking men can have fucking wains, right? All the bullcrap retardedness and shit. Butter in. But folk like this, man, don't know if they're just doing it for fucking hits and clicks. Probably, man, like that. He's getting some hits and clicks. But it's fucking like they're... Their train of thought doesn't make fucking any sense, man. To me, anyway. And they turning it off.
Beijing space development goals. A top NASA official says not much. Fire breaks out under Shanghai's lockdown, leaving residents in one residential building locked inside. And for those watching our full episode, the Ukraine war enters its 6th week. U.S. officials say they're keeping a close eye on China to make sure it doesn't help Moscow bypass sanctions.
This is a YouTube channel called China in Focus, as you can clearly see.
Welcome to China in Focus. I'm Tiffany Myers. The latest Marvel superhero movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, is premiering in the United States this weekend. But those wanting to watch it in China could be out of luck. The movie is unlikely to get a release there. NTD's Don Ma has the story.
A Chinese Communist Party-owned media is outraged about the new Doctor Strange movie. It's not helping the odds of the movie getting a China release. What does it matter about?
A China release?
It's this scene here. This is the newspaper box of the Chinese language edition of the Epoch Times. The Epoch Times is also NTD's sister media. It's known for its coverage of current affairs in China, including the Chinese Communist Party's human rights violations, Beijing's
also known for being a Western fucking mouthpiece. But
propaganda and influence operations abroad. But did Marvel Studios put the newspaper box in the movie on purpose? Movie producer Chris Fenton says it's unlikely that this was purely accidental.
shows that they know every frame of that movie, what's in there, and the continuity experts, the script supervisors, and everybody in post knows exactly what props are used. So the idea that the 200 to 300 people on set that day and the 200 to 300...
They knew exactly what they were doing.
Minister Peter Dutton will announce plans to develop unmanned submarines and upgraded missiles to counteract China's influence in the Indo-Pacific. Joining me live now is the Independent Senator Jackie Lambie for her thoughts on this. Senator, good morning. So the announcement, part of a huge deal that Peter Dutton's going to make later on today. What's your thoughts, first of all, on this?
Oh, hallelujah. Finally listening to what we've been telling you. Drones and cybersecurity, they are the future. So, and missiles, that's where we should be heading. The waste that has gone on these submarines, the time it's going to take to build them, they'll be ancient by then. This is where we should be heading. We are still miles behind. I'd love to see the detail. I'd love to see where it's going. Obviously, we haven't heard that yet. The devil will be in the detail.
You don't get saleswomen of the military-industrial complex like that in Britain, man.
Well, that's some real nightmare fuel, especially when considered that most people in China are cremated. There's another video of this that seems to be taken by people in an apartment across the street. Here's the "oh crap, what do we do now" moment. And then they wheel the not actually dead guy back into the nursing home, while he appears to be still zipped up in the body bag. Now, I saw this video over the weekend, but didn't repost it at first because I wasn't sure if it was real. But it's been confirmed. The district government responded to the incident on Monday saying,
Promotion lockdown. They announced these temporary measures for the holiday that just happened, a four-day holiday. As you say, closing restaurants, so it's takeaway only, schools and gyms closed. And that was only supposed to be for the holiday. It's supposed to be temporary measures. Some suspected they weren't, and that is indeed the case. They will continue in.
China is on the war path. More trouble for Chinese billionaire Jack Ma, and Chinese nationalists don't like it when you criticize Xi Jinping. That and more on this week's China News Headlines. I'm Chris Chappell. This episode is sponsored by Incogni. You probably know that companies are collecting your personal data, but you may not realize just how many. Dozens, maybe hundreds, most of which you've never heard of. And you have no idea what they're doing with your data. Incogni helps you stop them. I'll explain more at the end. So, Japan. Both Japan and Taiwan's militaries were put on high alert. The statement by Japan's Self-Defense Force shows the path the Chinese carrier group took through the first island chain, the Liaoning. With it were 7 other Chinese warships. You can also see the Liaoning was loaded with a number of fighter jets and helicopters. Those were J-15 fighter jets and Z-8 and Z-9 helicopters. Chinese state-run media said the carrier group was engaged in realistic combat training. This is particularly bad news for Taiwan. The Taiwanese Navy is completely outmatched. One expert told Radio Free Asia last year, for example, China commissioned some combined 100...
Taiwan is
more than 20 people who have shared their stories anonymously. And what struck me...
Now, I would love to say that I'm 100% positive, but I'm not 100% positive. But I'm pretty sure this is the guy that spread the Wutan bat factory place was in the epicenter for COVID. I'm pretty sure this was the dude. If it wasn't this dude, it was another guy. But if you're interested in getting some sort of a perspective of how YouTube and social media have such a heavy influence on the perspective of people, butter into this guy's channel, man. I'm gonna share you the shit. Because that is quite fascinating, to say the least. Right, and that's 11:30, and I do need to go to bed. That's my phone telling me I should be going to bed, and I need to be going to bed because I need to be going to bed because I need to be doing some stuff tomorrow. Thanks everybody that tuned in. Stick a thumbs up if you do appreciate the kaleidoscope look at the boob tubes. Just a different perspective on shit, I suppose. Which it's meant a genuine alternative fucking view instead of spoon-fed fucking narratives, whether it be Scientology or whatnot. Anyway, I'm going to fire off. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'll do this and do the off.
Cips Clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Cips Clip.